This is the time that you are absolutely on your purpose, finding ways to become a more valuable person. You also have to understand that your presence is powerful. You have to understand what your worth is and what you bring to the table. And you have to get them to get that I do it because I can, I want to, not because you have to. People looking at you as an, oh, I do have to respect your time, because they don't get it all the time, because your presence is not always there. Hello everyone, so welcome to my dating podcast, and in today's video we're going to be talking about gain power when you go ghost. So I'm going to be telling y'all how you can gain so much power when you decide to go ghost. Be absent from wherever you need to be, and this applies to your job, your family, your friends, your lover, whoever it is. It applies in so many different ways. It's to increase your own value and knowing how powerful you can become. When all this time you've been available, when all this time you've been there, bring back more time, more value to yourself. So make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up, and I got major points, so make sure you watch until the end to catch everything that we're going to be talking about. And if y'all want to talk about what's going on in your life, or let's say how to gain more power, go ahead and book your consultation by clicking the link down below, and we can talk about it all. Consultations can be about anything, so let's go ahead and talk. So let's get into the first discussion, how absence increases your value. So let's just talk about how you could always be there, you could always be available, and how it starts decreasing how someone views you. So for example, let's talk about when you have a job. Let's say your boss is always calling you to come in. Let's say you're always working. So now your boss is super comfortable with you. Even your employees seeing you all the time, they're so used to you, right? So let's say you decide to call in sick, or let's say you are not available to come in. They're not used to you not coming in, not used to you not being available all the time. It's also how you value your own time. So it's going to be shocking for your boss, and it's going to be shocking for, let's say, the people that you work with, because they know you as the guy that's always there, the guy that's always working. And don't get me wrong, it's great to work hard, but it's also great to value your own time and know when you don't need to be there. Know when you can go ahead and ghost and be somewhere else. So now when you go back to work, your time becomes more respected. You become more valuable. Your boss now looks at you as the guy that isn't going to be always at work, because he's going to put himself first, and he's also not the type that needs to be there. A lot of times some people feel the need to always be present. You gain so much respect and power when you decide to go ahead and separate yourself from where you don't need to be. Now, the other valuable thing about this is that you're supposed to use this time to actually gain more value. So it means, let's say if you took the time off to be at home, make sure you're increasing your values. In other words, whatever you like to do that's going to make you more valuable, go take advantage of that. So this is also the time that you're supposed to separate yourself from the things that you don't need to be entertaining, you don't need to say nothing to. So now when you also come back, it becomes where you are not the same person as before. And the thing is when you are always around somebody, around that boss, they know how you are like. They are so used to you, and not only that, they understand you so well. It becomes, hey, like, I know he's gonna be like this. Oh, he's just taking this time off quickly, but he loves to work. He's always gonna be at work. Oh, he's the type of guy that's willing to do anything for others, and he's never gone. Amazing thing that could happen when you do decide to ghost is that you can make somebody really suspicious and wonder, what is going on? What is happening? Why don't you want to be present? So now when you increase your value and you come back around, they are appreciating the fact that you are here. And it's also because they don't get that no more. They don't get you to always come in. They don't get to actually really know you. And so a lot of times also the questions do come up. And when people actually get that access to you finally, they know it's not going to always happen. They know you're not always going to be here. They know it's in you to go ghost and not need to be there at all. So look at it as in like this. Your boss is looking forward to you coming back to work, or let's say your employees are wondering when you're going to come back, and they're looking forward to now see you, to now be like, oh, well, let's catch up. So sometimes when you have people be comfortable with you, they start taking advantage of you, right? And this applies to a relationship. This applies to a friendship. This applies to any time when, oh, you realize they're wanting more. They don't appreciate that time of yours. Now you have your boss and even your employees looking at you as in your time is so valuable and that you can't be taken advantage of. So let's move on to relationships. Whether it's a family member or it's a friendship or your lover, it does not matter. It still applies the same way, because let's look at it like this. When they become dependable on you always being there and they're so used to you being there, it becomes, okay, well, you're just another person. It becomes also, well, when I want you, I can get you. So that easy access becomes, I don't really care to have it so much. In other words, too, when you get taken advantage, it's also because you are allowing that person, that lover of yours, continuously go ahead and do it. And guess what? The truth of that is they know they could do it, and that's because you have allowed it to happen. So going ghost from time to time, or not needing to say anything, not needing to be present, is going to increase your value to now have people value you. The way you are treating yourself, the way you always want to be out there, will change how people view you. The way you now decide to say, I'm not going to put myself in that place, I don't need to, I have better things to do, I value my time so much, then you have now people looking at you as an, oh, I do have to respect your time, because they don't get it all the time, because your presence is not always there, because you know when to separate yourself, or let's say you know your value is not here, so you don't have to keep adding more value to that place. And don't forget about Patreon. It got a whole lot of videos y'all will not ever see on YouTube. Go ahead and click that link, catch up on all the videos and all the other posts that is on Patreon. So let's just wrap up to how you view yourself and how you can now increase more value when others look at you. When you know that you are not valued in a certain area, a certain situation, you can't keep adding more value to it, because that's going to decrease your value, and it's also showing to yourself that you don't think you're good enough to be away or separate yourself. Sometimes some people really think that they have to be there. They have to enjoy that. They have to be doing what others are doing. If I'm not participating, if I'm not going to work all the time, if I'm not showing up to this job, it means these things. You're the one that's going to have to come into the conclusion of what you are valuable for and where your value is actually at. If you want people to respect your time, you have to go ahead and bring it down to they don't get your time. And the best way to do it is by going ghost and taking that time away. And also back to, if somebody is dependable on you, if somebody is always wanting you to come in or wanting you to be doing that job a certain way, you have to get them to get that I do it because I can. I want to, not because you have to, not because I have to keep coming into this job or I have to keep showing up to this relationship. No, because when you become valuable, because you know your worth and you're increasing your worth, you're going to know you could take yourself out of there and still have that value. When you're worrying about if I don't show up, if I'm not there, if I go, if I don't say anything, if you're worried about that, you're going to fall into getting never respected for your time. Now you're thinking and doing things for others, and you don't want to be doing that. You also have to understand that your presence is powerful. You have to understand what your worth is and what you bring to the table. When you see that, okay, you shouldn't be here no more because, oh, somebody keeps taking advantage of you, oh, somebody's just using you, you now can take away yourself. And now when they come back around, they only have the option of appreciating you. And if it's not appreciating you, it's also them seeing that you're not going to be putting up with, oh yes, I'm going to have to show up for you, or I'm going to be here for you. In other words, you're doing things for yourself. And the last thing I'll say about when you make it so powerful is the fact that you are willing to just go ahead and go ghost. So that means you don't put up with what you don't have to, and also the fact that you don't need to be there is enough for people to wonder where you're at, is enough for people to want you back. This is the time that you are absolutely on your purpose, finding ways to become a more valuable person. And remember, you are supposed to be putting in work while you're actually going ghost, and not treating this time as in, well, I just have to be to myself and not do nothing, not really make things happen. This is a time that a lot of people could also find themselves, find their purpose. And now when they show back up, they are this new person. And not only that, the other people around them, they do see that, and that makes you already more powerful. So I hope what we talked about helped y'all out. If y'all want a part 2 of this video, let me know by commenting down below. And if you still haven't given this video a big thumbs up, make sure you go ahead and do so right now. And don't forget, we can get on the line, talk about whatever that is going on. Consultations can be about anything. And don't forget about Patreon. I got all those videos y'all won't see on here. Y'all will see me in my next video. Bye, y'all. And y'all, the Elevate sweatshirt is officially available, and y'all could see it is embroidered stitch. So it is high quality and it is champion. Y'all can see the logo right there. And it comes in this amazing box, super secured, y'all. As you guys can see, it is vacuum sealed. You will get your package delivered right to you quickly, and it is gonna come super, super tight.